Hello, friends from the comic world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we're here to talk to you about the new releases for collected editions and graphic novels during the month of January 2025. G and I work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that we talk about in these videos are from publishers that we represent, especially around the world. And we're on social media. So you can find us on Instagram, X, Twitter, Facebook, and of course YouTube under at PRH International Comics. But we'll leave some links in the description below, so make it easier for you. The way these videos work, we start with some specific titles that G and I have picked from the month of January, and we'll continue highlighting some other titles that we think you definitely cannot miss for the month of January, and then we'll leave you with the rest of the list so you can watch what else is coming out throughout the month. And without further ado, I think that's it. Let's get started.
All right, and actually, the first pick is no surprise if you've know anything about me, uh, which maybe you don't. So, Absolute Mr. Miracle by Tom King, Mitch Yards. I have this in any possible format you could possibly get, which is mainly hardcover and trade paperback. So I have to get the Absolute edition as well. So this is from the Eisner Award-winning Tom King, and of course works beautifully with Mitch Gerards on this. This is Scott Free, the greatest escape artist in the universe. Time and time again, he thwarts Darkseid from invading Earth and New Genesis. And it has made him a celebrity. And beneath the fame, beneath this perfect marriage, his seemingly perfect life, something is eating away at him. And as you're reading the story, what you think is reality may not be reality. It's like that line, it's a very fine line, and you just really don't know what is real and what is unreal at this point. It's just very beautifully the story beautifully unravels and highly regarded when this came out, continues to be highly regarded. Um, it really deserved this like premium edition because of the beautiful artwork. It's out of this world. So this will include issues number 1 to 12 for the complete story. You'll have the original script pages in this. Any development art will be included, commentaries from the creative team, and then we have this new exclusive new cover that you see on the front here. So of course, this is definitely on my list for pickups. I'm very much excited for this release.
Very cool. And we continue with Dream Over by Danny Diaz. Now, to get to, first of all, Danny Diaz, I'm gonna read the description and it has their bio. It's a trans feminine Filipino Argentinian American graphic novelist, born and raised in the DMV. That's metro area of Washington D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Now this story is YA. This is Danny Diaz's debut graphic novel, and it's about these two best friends and in middle school. It's first of all Amber and Nico. They're very different from each other. Amber is headstrong, is a goofball, and has a temper, and Nico is shy and self-conscious, and he's an emo boy. But they've been best friends since third grade, and when they hit, when they're towards the end of middle grade, they decide they can't hide their feelings from each other. And at the end of eighth grade, during a trip to the beach, they confess. She confesses to him, and he, of course, because he's the outgoing one, and he says that their feelings are mutual, and there's these very beautiful panels and very sweet panels about them on a bus kind of holding hands, touching hands really, and their friends kind of going like, oh my god, what's going on? So it's a very cute story about a very innocent first love, right? And so they start this young relationship, and they go into high school where things get a lot more complicated as they do when you go to high school. Um, so they have to deal. They don't see each other as much. They have to deal with a lot of things: bullies, homework, stress, all that kind of thing. And when they start neglecting each other, but one night they have a sleepover and they are playing video games. Amber is hoping she could spend more time, like be with Nico all the time. And they both fall asleep playing video games, and her her wish comes true. They wake up in this dream world, and they're both there, and pretty much they can do anything there. Um, and they it's about the relationship and her wish to spend more time with him, but at the same time, is it a dream, is it real? But then they start realizing there are some things they don't know where this world comes from, who created it or who's creating it as they go. And it seems like it's tied somehow to their feelings and to their emotions. So it's a very beautiful story, very beautifully illustrated. There are some illustrations online that you can find, interiors. Uh, and it's about young love, and it's about, you know, about that innocence, and about how are we, as we keep growing up, even though you're very young, we get so busy that we forget sometimes to make time for what's important, which is be with the ones we love. So it's very cool. I really enjoyed it. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I've so far what I've read, I've really really loved. So I think it's going to be great to pick up for everyone, not just young adults. Everybody should be able to enjoy this story. Yeah.
All right, next up we have the Complete Kabuki, the 30th anniversary edition. In Japan, we have a woman codenamed Kabuki, who works for the
Mhm.
government agency. And the government agency that she works for is compromised, and Kabuki is on a quest to uh, send it's Kabusi's quest, I should say, sends her down a difficult path, which brings her to indirect conflict with the powers that she formerly served. So this is for anyone who's looking for a crime story, an espionage story, hauntingly told like through the lens of a Japanese ghost story, which is really cool and interesting. I pointed this out because unless I missed out on this, I'm pretty sure the hardcover of this previously was very, very hard to find. So the fact that we're getting a hardcover edition of the completed story is amazing. Beautiful artwork by David Mack, of course. So this is something you don't want to miss out, especially for collectors out there. It's been a long time coming, finally hardcover release. So definitely take advantage of this when it does come out. So it collects
Yeah.
volumes 1 to 4. And yeah, so there we go.
And my next pick is Guardians of the Galaxy Modern Era Epic Collection War of Kings. It says Dan Abnett as the author, but there's actually several authors and several illustrators in here. That cover art is by Alex Gardner, though. And this is it is considered one of the greatest Guardians of the Galaxy stories, but it's also an amazing one of, I think, one of the most epic Marvel stories ever told. In this one, the main story, you have Black Bolt, leader of the humans, and Vulcan, leader of the Shi'ar. They're squaring off against each other, which is two extremely overpowerful forces in the galaxy against each other, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are sort of in the middle, stuck in the middle there. So this story is, like I said, it's extremely epic. It collects Guardians of the Galaxy 13 to 25 from 2008, Thanos Imperative Ignition #1 from 2010, and Thanos Imperative 1 through 6 from 2010 also. It like, as you can see by what's collected, also Thanos is sort of involved. It actually he sort of becomes the guy to go to sort of solve this conflict that could destroy potentially the universe. So it's very cool, very epic. There's a lot of characters in this one, a lot of special appearances in different issues. And if you love Guardians of the Galaxy and the space stories from Marvel, you're gonna love this. But also, if you don't and you want to know more, this is a great story. I think for people who don't know that part of the Marvel universe, it's a great story that will introduce you to a lot of characters, not just the Guardians of the Galaxies and Thanos and Black Bolt and all that. So, like I said, extremely highly recommended. I love that it's all collected into this one. I don't know if it's been collected before. I think it might have. I don't know. But this War of Kings is one of those epic and already very well known iconic stories from Marvel. And there you go.
Right, and then we have William of Newbury. This is loosely based on the real events of the 12th century like time period known as the Anarchy, which is basically a time where like the country was beset with plague, civil war, and demons. That's related, loosely related, I guess.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
basically saying it took inspiration from that era, and taking it to William of Newbury, who is this neurotic monk. He's fearful of the earthly world, has confidence but an unwavering like strength in the face of true evil. He fights the dead to restore peace. His brother, however, is intent on stopping him. Which is like, why? Why is he doing that? But he does that fearing for his brother's soul. So Newberry is quiet, quaint, deadly, but he's also cute, which is very important. So follow if you want to pick it up, it's just his journey following him as he negotiates with thieves, evades his brother in the church, battles the undead, evil spirits. This is a supernatural folklore, perfect for all ages. So definitely something that you could read with your kids. So this will include issues number 1 to 4. So yes, Michael Avon Oming uh, on writing and illustration here.
And we continue with Mega Ghost, Volume 1. This is written by Gabe Soria and illustrated by Gideon Kendall. Uh, Gabe Soria, if you don't know, is also a very well known writer. He has done a lot other works with Penguin Random House directly. He has written some of our Who Was, Who Is sort of stories across the graphic novel versions, like Who is Michael Jordan, Who was Muhammad Ali, and some others. And then Gideon Kendall, most recently, you might remember him from Lester of the Lesser God from Dark Horse. Also, he was the illustrator for that with some very epic illustrators inside and very awesome covers too of Lester. So if you see some similarities with this art on the cover, that's why. So this story is this collects issues 1 through 5 of this miniseries, and this is about Martin Magnus, who comes into possession of a bewitched ring, which he's like putting up in the air with his fist right there. He discovered he has the power to summon Mega Ghost, a giant supernatural robot sworn to defend the world against creepy things that go smash in the night. So this is action packed adventure with some silliness and fun in mixed in there, sort of like it's very Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing, where it's very quirky and but also a lot of action and a lot of suspense involved in there. The This collection, like I said, it's issues 1 through 5, but also it includes the Mega Ghost Spook House feature story and it also includes bonus sketchbook materials, and this is a new cover too for this series. So very cool, very awesome. Looking forward to this one.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, and we're starting here on highlights, which I'll start on
Yep.
ahead. We have Alien Black, White, and Blood Treasury Edition by Colin Kelly. We have The Butcher's Boy, Laundry Q Walker. And then we have the DC Finest, just really quick because I just wanted to highlight this. This is like a comprehensive line of like DC's in demand, like whether or not they're focusing on period genres and characters. This one particularly, we are focusing on the characters. So it's really meant for like discovering. Yeah, there we go. It's like really meant for like fans to really get in on the characters and yeah. As Hector is displaying here. So I'll just mention Hector has the Batman Year 1 and 2, which if I'm not mistaken, we haven't seen that collected together before, like in one volume.
In
They're
one
usually
volume, no.
not in one volume, they're usually separated. But what you'll see here coming out in January, we're going to continue the DC Finest line. Aquaman, the King of Atlantis, Green Arrow, Supergirl, the Girl of Steel. So it looks nice, the
Yes,
paperback volumes
it
as
is
Hector
very
just
good.
displayed.
Yes. And also available in January, it's going to be DC Power 2024 by Greg Burnham, which is going to collect all those stories that came out. I believe they came out last year and this year. And then Doctor Doom, Books of Doom by Ed Brubaker. A lot of Doom coming our way with the big announcements for Doom coming to the MCU. Fantastic Lou by King Lang. Then we also have the collection of Into the Unbeing, Volume 1 by Zoe Thompson, Zach Thompson, sorry. And then we have Magic Order Library Edition, Volume 1, Mark Millar. Mark Millar moved over to Darkness now, where they're reprinting all of his stories, and we already have reprints of Magic Orders Volume 1, 2, 3, I believe. And this is Library Edition, and of course, this is all in preparation because there's a Netflix show on the way.
Mhm. All right, continuing on, we have New Avengers Omnibus 1, David Finch cover. And then there is the Joe Quesada new printing DM. Obviously, both of them are new printings, but this is the DM only cover. Paul Smith's Uncanny X-Men Artist Edition. Paul Smith's, if you like those big books, this is one of them
Mhm.
to really showcase the artist's work. This is a great pickup. Um, I got a chance to. I really love this. Basically, Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider Volume 1, Haunted, the Stephanie Phillips. Yeah, this was like all near Comic-Con. Yeah, yeah. Basically,
Yes.
I won't. Yeah, I have no words. Static, Shadow, Dakota, Evan, Narcissus, Nars. I will look this up afterwards just to make sure I'm
Narciss,
Narcissus.
even Narciss, I think.
Mhm. Continuing here.
And then we continue with Swamp Things by Mark Millar and Phil Hester Omnibus. And then we have also Symbiote Spider-Man 2099 by Peter David. We continue with Teen Titans Go on TV by Amanda Debert. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan by Eric Berman Matthews Santaloco. And next is This Beautiful Ridiculous City by Kei Sohini.
All right, and we're finishing up on highlights with Usagi Yojimbo the Crow, Stan Sakai. There's going to be a trade paperback version, but also a limited edition hardcover. So definitely pick, like, if you're wanting this and you're wanting the limited edition, get it as quickly as possible, pre-order as quickly as possible. And then we have X-Men Road to Onslaught Omnibus Volume 1. This is the Joe Madura cover. We have Scott Liddell here also as a creative team, and then as part of the creative team, I should say. And then we have the Andy Cooper cover. This is the DM only cover, and you can see how we've laid it out so you can see the wraparound art for the direct market cover, which is very beautiful.
Yes.
And that's it for the
And that's
highlights.
it. Yes, sorry, I thought it was, I forgot it was me. Yes, that's it for the highlights. And now we're going to leave you with the rest of the titles that are coming in January 2025. So don't go away. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment and like the video. You can also visit us not just on YouTube, but also on Instagram, social, and X, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find us under at PRH International Comics, and keep coming back. We keep doing these every month. So thank you so much. Take care.